Yo, what's up? This is recording artist and songwriter Justin Famous.
Beautiful people, I'm Josh Reynolds, creatively known as J. ARTiz.
And this is Music Without Vodcast, where we play some dope music, had a great conversation, and just overall have a good time. And of course, we're gonna have a good time today because we have our brother, John the Author, with us for episode 7. Y'all make some noise for John the Author.
What's going up?
Yeah. My boy finna kill it, he finna do his thing, so I'm not even finna talk too much. Let's just get out the way so they can do their thing. Y'all make some noise again for him.
Hey. What's up? What's up? I got some music for thought. Name of this song is called Sophisticated Rap. Hope y'all can hear it in the back. Check. Look, no more playing the back. Your boy finna snap, fuck trap. From now on, it's sophisticated raps. A lot of fake cats trying to disarray the facts just so they can stay attached. What type of shit is that? I let the game unfold. Show up to the shows in my A1 clothes with day one goals. The fact still remains that I'm driving down a lane once closed, giving free game once sold. Guess what they call me in these streets? Even without rap, nigga, I'm ballin' in these streets. A lot of my shot callin' be discreet. My aim's not to be famous. I hop on these stages to make peace, but in a twisted way I find it. All we got is each other and this just keep me reminded. Time is of the essence and ain't no way to rewind it. I'm just trying to find me a lady to share this wine with. Yeah. Okay, it's whatever you want, we can do it your way. Yeah, closer to me. Yeah. This shit feel good. Look, no more playing the side. Your boy finna slide. Got a heart full of gold and a soul full of pride. Plate full of food and a glass full of wine. We could do whatever's on your mind. Just send me the Addy so I can gladly put this car up and drive. Just to park it right next to your Tesla. Nothing special. I'm outside texting you, saying open up so I can put these moves on you like a wrestler. Don't test your luck, trying to see how far I'ma take it. Baby, I'm from the bottom, you see how far I done made it. The fact I never been to prison is simply amazing. I'm far from the statistic in any of they equations. Your boy blessed, more or less. My key to success is stay to yourself and avoid stress. I only make noise when boys need to be checked, goals need to be met, and girls need to be yeah. Okay, it's whatever you want, we can do it your way. Yeah, your way. Okay, let it work. Take on the church. That shit sound beautiful.
My boy.
Yeah.
Brother.
You did your thing, man. That was a little sophisticated.
As always.
Yeah. We definitely had. I heard all the double entendres, bro. I heard all the bars, all the similes, like everything. That was fire, bro. It really was. Y'all make some noise again for John, man.
John the Author in the building.
Nah, that was real hard. You good, bro? I see you got your 2 phones, one for the plug and one for the.
Yeah, you know.
Alright, you know. Maybe not say too much of the song.
The second one for.
Okay, we ain't gonna talk about it there, you know, because I know Josh actually got 2 phones, for one for his community and then one for work.
Steady building. I'm still building, y'all.
He building the community, y'all. So I don't know that, you know. Maybe he rubbed off on you a little bit.
Yeah, we living the same life, man. We living the same life. Bro.
Okay, cool. But let's get into it, man. But first, before we actually get into like the thoughts I got from hearing that song, because I definitely got some thoughts, and I got some real passionate thoughts too, and I hope y'all ready for them. Mm-hmm. But first, I want to know what inspired you to make that song. Like, what was going through your mind?
Which one?
Which one? I mean, we only did one so far. We're gonna do the next one later.
Okay.
Yeah. So What I want to know
all his
is
music though.
Yeah,
Just so you know.
he got a lot of
make all
songs.
his
Sometimes I
music.
guess he
that's what I
forgets.
said.
But no, the only one you did for Sophisticated Rap, bro. I just want to know what inspired you to sing to make that song and write that rap.
No, I feel like I'm a real grown man now. You know, for a lot of my adulthood, I still felt like a child. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like, I think grown people are really just like older children. But like Sophisticated Rap, to me, we just recently had like celebrated 50 years of hip hop.
I thought you was going to say 50 years of your birth. I was going to say, dang, but you look good. I need that
like,
face regimen.
The art form of hip hop just recently turned 50, and
definitely.
like I'm 33, and
What's wrong with him? Man?
that's not bad. What are you
Somebody
doing?
get him some water. Somebody get him some water.
I'm in my prime, brother.
Yeah.
But I've spent 75% of my life being a student of the culture and being an artist. And as I continue to grow, I've always wondered, like, how can rap grow with me? Right? Like, I didn't want to be 50 years old still rapping about the things that I did when I was 15 years old. Right? So Sophisticated Rap is my 6th album. And the song that
Make some noise for number 6, y'all. And go download. Go listen to all 6.
Yeah.
All 6.
That's right. Yeah. So, in this album is just where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? How can I create music that grows with me? Like, I don't like being out in the streets all night. Like,
Okay.
I like being in the crib.
Let me stop you real quick though, because what's crazy is, as far as like the message and the purpose behind that song, it was 100% perfect, because that's exactly what I was thinking about when I was hearing it. It's literally like, should an artist grow with their music? And you already kind of getting into it, so like, I want to say that for the combo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I do think we should propose that question. You already about to get into it, but I do want to ask, it's 2 questions I want to talk about, at least initially. One, should an artist grow? As far as, should an artist's music grow with them as they grow and as they age? And then 2, should listeners, like their audience, should their audience also mature, as far as the type of music that they listen to?
Yeah. And
we can start off with the artists, since we're all artists up here. And, I'm not necessarily as old as y'all. Y'all got a little wisdom and some time on me. So I'm just might sit back and just listen and see what y'all think about it.
Yeah.
But let's just get into that now.
I think if an artist isn't growing with what they call their art, they're not even an artist to begin with. You know what I mean? I think that's one of the biggest issues with the current state of rap, is like, you have a bunch of people saying that they're artists, but they really just people trying to, make money, off of something that's profitable. So, it's very important for you to like write where you're at in life. When I was 18 years old, a lot of my music was about like drinking and like hanging out with my friends and trying to get. Oh,
You was a wild boy.
Yeah, I don't think I know
bro.
anyone who actually started at 21. But
Okay.
but a lot of that young music was me doing young things, you know what I mean? And then when I became a father at 22, a lot of that was like, all right, how can I get my life together so that I can provide for my kids? You know what I'm saying? And then like now at 33, where I'm in my prime, things are going well. I'm not finna go out and be out till 2 a.m. I really like to get home before 12. You know what I'm saying? So like, how can I create the soundtrack to my life now? Right, and that's what inspires Sophisticated Rap. I don't want to get on stages anymore and like jump around and like act like a monkey and act like a buffoon. I want to sit my ass down and on a stool, give you these bars. You know what I'm saying? Let you nod your head, have a good time, and go home. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And yeah, that's what I'm at.
Love that.
All right.
For real. And actually, what you saying reminds me of a quote. I can't think of the full quote, but essentially, the goal of an artist should be to reflect the times. And so, if you're growing, you're going to be in different time points in your life. And so, if you're still talking about the same things, it speaks to like either the level of immaturity or the lack of integrity that someone could have. When it comes to trying to make money off art, being in the industry, because I can imagine it's a beast out here. I'm still on the local level, I got a little reach here and there, but on the local level, like it's still a responsibility as artists to to speak from a genuine place, you know what I'm saying? And to reflect like things that you've been through yourself.
Man, where I'm at right now, the local level look like the best level because all the guys that I grew up like inspired by, they do not look like they got good lives. You know what I'm saying? Like they do not look at peace. They do not look happy. You know what I mean? Like I don't care how much money they got. They just do not look like they have lives that I want.
Man, y'all came with the shots today. I thought I was gonna be the passionate one.
Hey,
I see y'all. Hey, but no, I actually do agree to a certain extent because I am a little bit more torn on this situation. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing I do believe fervently is that artists should be able to just make art. Like I don't think your art necessarily always has to reflect who you are or where you are. I think we should be allowed to get creative. You know what I'm saying? Like if I want to make a song about an alien off in some fifth dimensional galaxy or something, like I should be able to do that even if obviously I'm not an alien in a fifth dimensional galaxy.
My question would be like, how does that connect to you though? Like why would it come from you?
I mean, the same reason that people write sci-fi. You know what I'm saying? Like I got an imagination. And I think art should definitely connect with your imagination. Like it shouldn't just be about reality. And I think the message and the morals behind the music and the message that's sent, that can, come from like your moral foundation or whatever. But I do think we should be free to talk about things that we don't necessarily live. Kind of like Ricky Rose. You know what I'm saying? I can't say his old name, you know what I'm saying? But he can't say it now, so I ain't gonna say it. But he was talking, he talked that talk, like that plug talk, and then we found out, okay, he was a correctional officer for like 6 months or whatever.
It was consequences for that talk too.
But it was. He did say for that talk. That's why I can't say his old name. But he definitely, low-key has some cold music, like
he did.
Maybach music, like all of that. Like he really had me thinking he was like that. See what I'm saying?
Really?
But he did not live that life.
Interesting.
Yeah, dang, why he can't be in his top five, bro?
Man, I never heard. Like, I guess Rick Ross. Respect to him as an artist. He's done. He's led culture. musically, artistically, really well. He was a mature rapper when he came out. I was like, okay, I like what he's doing.
Yeah,
but to put him in top five, okay,
in top five, and this is probably controversial. But if you really is just like a rap fan and you listen to Ross albums, he got more classic albums than Drake.
Okay, that is controversial. What?
If you a bar fan and you listen to Ross, Teflon Don, Deeper Than Rap,
don't play with him.
I feel like your caveat a little disrespectful though, because you saying like, ew.
God forgives, I don't.
Bro, why that gotta be?
He has more classic albums than Drake.
Bro, why that gotta be the condition? Like, if I'm a bar fan, like I still
better recognize them.
He don't got more classics. He don't got more classics than Drake.
It's a stretch. Speaking of Drake, though.
Speaking of Drake.
Albums-wise, yes, he does have more classic albums.
Okay, well, you know
he
what?
He got more classic, songs.
Let's not even get too deep into that. I do want to come back around to that when we got a little time at the end.
Yeah.
But I do think it's actually important that you did bring up Drake, especially with all the hostility happening right now. I think they are two perfect examples because Drake is actually an artist that some people have accused him of making music that is like for younger people. You know what I'm saying? Like his music, at least this is what some podcasters out there have said. I'm not necessarily saying this, but they have said that it sounds like it's kids writing his music. You know what I'm saying? But he is still selling out, number one, breaking all type of records and streams. Like, is it not okay for Drake to still be making music that appeals to a younger audience? Like, is that not cool too?
I don't really judge what people do. I just, if I don't like it, I don't like it. But I'm not like saying what somebody else should do with they,
But I mean, earlier you did say a real artist should grow with their music. Well, let me actually say this. Do you think Drake has grown with his music? Like, how would you define grow with your music?
I don't really want to get into like, judging what somebody else does with their gifts. You know what I'm saying? I'll have my opinions, but I don't want to opinion, bro. I don't want to demonize anyone for like how they move. But I believe I should grow with my art. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not creating art for the masses, man. Like I've been doing music for over 15 years now, and I remember going into clubs like Adriana's, you know what I'm saying? And like going to all the open mics at Exodus. And like I walked up to all these DJs, all these so-called Chicago OGs, and I gave them me. I gave them me. What y'all just heard me do, I gave them me. You know what I'm saying? And I remember what they would say. I remember when they would say, "You dope, but we need something we can play on the radio. You dope, but we need something that we could play in the club." So it's like I really am over creating music for other people's approval and validation. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I can't really get into that type of talk as far as like, you know, I can't talk like that. You know what I mean? Because like the reason I create music is for me and people like me.
Okay, so then let me ask this. Why do you think, as far as like mainstream, because that's almost basically what they saying, like you got to have a mainstream sound in order to get, you know, your music played here.
Yeah.
What do you think defines mainstream, at least then and currently, and then also like what should define mainstream?
To me, mainstream isn't natural to what music was really created for. Music was created for a community. When you go back to before the radio existed, when you go back to before television existed, when people were just in villages and in tribes, the musicians brought them together to celebrate. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's what music is for. It's to bring together community. Now we live in this mass culture where it's like you're trying to relate to everybody. So you have to create music for everybody. But the reality of the situation is like everybody don't relate to each other. You know, so as an artist, what do? How much of yourself do you have to water down just to relate to everybody? How much stuff that's going on in the real world, you know, that you can't talk about because you don't want to offend the people over here. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
So it's I don't get into that because I know music at its core, the reason God gave us these gifts is to bring together small circles like what we got tonight. You know what I'm saying? Because then we can really enjoy real music.
Okay, that's interesting because it sound like you saying that music at its core shouldn't be mass produced and consumed by the masses. And I don't know if I necessarily agree with that. I think that I think music is one of those things that you can make it and like everybody can enjoy it without you having to continue to replicate it. Like, thankfully, since we done got to like the digital age, like one artist could literally satisfy the entire population if that's what the population wanted to, because it's not like he got to bounce around. And when it comes to shows,
you just can't say
different.
anything that's too offensive.
I know, but
it's like,
but it is.
You have to be cooking. You have to be pop.
But there is like offensive mainstream music that's out there that does offend people, but it does hit mainstream. It does do numbers. Like, even like, I wouldn't even say like Drake music or like Eminem, like one of the best selling artists, rappers, well, just artists of all time. I think he on that list. He's very offensive. He offended me a couple times listening to his music. I'm like, what I do to you? But like,
that's funny.
But he hit mainstream. So I think it's something else, you know, that necessarily defines what something is mainstream. That's kind of like my next point. And it kind of ties into the audience, which is like, who decides the culture? Because I feel like for the last 30 years, really starting in the 80s, we shifted from adults who like that 30 to 50 year range, who is typically the biggest population at any given time in society. We shifted from them being the ones to push the culture, you know, like how we had Marvin Gaye, we had Tina Turner, all of them was in their 40s dropping like, you know, number ones. Yeah. So once we got to like that late 80s and that 90s, it's like it just became a young person's game. Mm-hmm. You know, and it was like everything was only getting pushed to the youth. And it seemed like the youth were the ones who were determining the culture. And if every generation we go through, it's only the youth that is determining what is mainstream, I think that is what kind of keeps the art from necessarily being able to age and grow. Because it's no reason for an artist that's 45, somebody we've been loving forever. Like, Jadakiss is probably too old to be a millennial, right?
Jadakiss is super old.
He is pretty old. But I mean, somebody like, I guess, yeah. Jadakiss is super old if you don't see this. But no, somebody like a Nelly, or I feel like those are geriatric millennials. Like, they was born in the early 80s. Talk about hey, Gen X is out of here, okay? Gen X is out of here. Any 70 born, I'm sorry, we're not speaking to y'all. He's who? Nelly 49?
Is he really 49?
He 49?
Look,
Okay, so he is not.
He is not a millennial.
Nah, Chinky. Let's go Chinky.
If I'm not mistaken,
Chinky gotta be a geriatric millennial.
So somebody look it up. Millennials started like 82, 81, 82, right?
Beyonce, but
there we go.
But she's
Beyonce a millennial?
I think Beyonce, she a geriatric millennial. 81, 82, 81. Yeah, she right there when it started.
Okay.
That's what they call them. I'm like a cusper. You know, I'm a cusper millennial.
On the cusp.
Yeah, I'm right on the cusp. But we make up the biggest percentage of the population in America. So we really have the biggest buying power. It don't make no sense for our music or things that we enjoy to not be considered mainstream. But it seems like when we think about mainstream and we see who's on the television, it's always like the young folks or whatever. Now, Beyonce killing it, obviously. Taylor Swift, she's another pretty old millennial. Well, she kind of like a middle millennial. She killing it. Drake, he killing it. But I feel like as far as like what we consider mainstream and like up and coming artists too, there's no reason that 35 or 33-year-old millennials shouldn't be able to still break out. You know what I'm saying? Because we should still be able to relate to our audience.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Timbaland actually he posted something not too long ago where he was saying like the new like R&B like wave is gonna be 30-year-olds and up. Like we gonna start leading the R&B wave. And I'm like, all right, we with it.
I received that for you,
I
bro.
received that for
I
you.
received that.
And all of that, look, and even the hip hop and R&B that used to live in the time period where he was making hits after hits, it's coming back. So I make its comeback, it's cycling right back around. We're gonna do it.
Yeah, I think we got to keep having conversations like this to like remind millennials like we the captain now. Like we don't have to hand anything over. Like we still have most of the buying power. And I feel like something I do agree is that not necessarily as far as the type of art, but I do think artists as they get older, they get caught up in not wanting to be old. And they say, okay, I want to stay trendy. I want to stay fresh. And they start only like caring about appealing to the younger age instead of continuing to like actually serve the people who made them, and two, the people who got more money than the young folks. Like millennials got all the money right now. Like they the ones who can buy the albums, go to the concert, have it on the weekends, or have it like at a reasonable time, like you said, so they can get home at 12. Folks gotta go to work.
Yeah.
But I feel like we do need to make sure that we continue to cater to our audience. And I think our audience also needs to continue to look for music that does relate to them. You know what I'm saying? And that does speak to what they are going through. I do think that we should take that time, because I think that's something that we've learned over time, is that as you get older, you should just stop looking for new things or looking for new art or looking for new hobbies, and you kind of just get stuck in your ways. And I want to say, don't do that. Don't do that,
Yeah. I consider myself a middle-class musician.
Okay.
My goal, I've been through that phase of like, how can I get on? How can I be on stages in front of 10,000 people? I've actually performed on pretty big stages a couple of times. But I think we as artists need to remember that you don't have to, your success shouldn't be measured off of how many people you perform in front of, you know what I mean? Or how much you can monetize your gift, you know what I mean? Like, it's okay to have a 9-to-5 that's, paying your bills and, living your life, and like do music as a hobby. It's okay, you know what I mean? And I think too many people throw their gifts in the garbage because they haven't reached a Beyonce, status or a Jay-Z level. And that ain't what God gave you the gift for. A true artist, underneath that title, the actual gift is perspective. It's how you see the world. And the way that you see the world, you show others how you see the world through your art. So I'm a rapper. The way that I see the world, I'm going to show you that through my songs. You a painter. The way that you see the world, you're going to show me that through your paintings. You know what I'm saying? You a poet. The way you see the world, you're going to show me that through your poems. You know what I mean? And if it reaches one person, God is pleased. But for you to throw your gift away just because WGCI wouldn't play your fucking song.
Not GCI.
You know what I'm saying? Is a problem. And I think that's what that's the problem with our culture. I love the art, but I fucking hate this culture. I hate this culture.
What you think will make the culture better, bro? Real quick.
I don't care.
I mean, what culture would you love? Like, what would it look like? I care.
Family, and the people that I see on a daily basis. I might be a little angry. I don't know. Maybe I need to calm down a little bit later and come back with a better answer. But right now, like, I'm only focused on the people that I interact with. It's not my mission to change the world. It's not my responsibility to change the world. You know, if you want to change the world, take care of you and, you know, your responsibilities. I
do want to change the world, bro.
I don't know.
I want to answer
Come back to me on that question. I can do better.
Yeah, I was say I can answer that, and then we can start getting to the end portion. But I think what's important about the conversation we're having on, so like, you know, changing with your art, or even the conversation about sophisticated rap, is the next generation. They need they need buy-in sometimes as a way to get to this conversation or to this point. And so I've always been about the youth, like just making sure that like I'm intentional about like how I influence like community culture for younger generations. When I was in high school, I wish someone would have invited me to like I was gonna say a wine and cheese event, but that wouldn't be appropriate. But it's like, the idea of a sophisticated type of event, like a wine and cheese event where you see like amazing black artists, they visual artists being displayed. It's a jazz band playing behind me. We get to dress up in After 5 attire and like just be in spaces like that at 15, 16 years old. And then a conversation like this on display. It's like if you're 16, you're rarely gonna see stuff like that. But if we are creating spaces and intentional about how we're like, I guess, implanting this type of sophistication into like spaces for young teens or young adults to have experiences like that, that gives them something like perspective, that gives them the storytelling aspects that they need to hear something refreshing and new that can now sharpen their conscious level to like now want to hone into more of that. Yeah. Otherwise, what they gonna hone into? TikTok. Whatever's trending on there.
9 more months, it's over with.
But you know, that's you know, to me, it's always been art and education. And education about art and culture is like the premise of like creating those type of spaces for the next generations. Because like you said, we the ones right now. We the millennials. We have it happen now. So how do we do that for the next generation?
And I want to like completely scratch what I said before, because that's not responsible of me to say.
It's also real though.
It's real, but it's coming from a place of just like frustration, right?
It's real.
I will say this. Growing up, I would always watch, like I was always watching like BET 106 in Park and like watching all of like my favorite rappers interviews. And whenever they would like ask these guys like, yo, all you rap about is selling drugs. All you rap about is like, you know what I'm saying, smashing all the women and like being in the hood and all that stuff. And their response would always be, well, you know, man, that's just all I saw, you know.
It's always the same response.
That's like, you know, it was like, you know, it's art imitating life. Mm-hmm. And as a kid, I'm like, yeah, that's all. If you grew up around that what else you gonna rap about? But like, as I grow, I don't accept that answer no more. I think art can also inspire life. And when you have big platforms, your new responsibility is to inspire life.
Responsible.
Fuck all of that art imitating life shit. Because you're killing people.
We're not going to scratch that. We're going to keep that. I like that. And I 100% agree. And I normally would just ask us to look into the camera and give some advice. But I feel like we gave some really good advice this entire time for artists, for the audience, for the culture, and also for the industry. You know, hopefully somebody that's in a position of power whose job it is to platform artists and really present art to, you know, the masses, they can see something like this and see that, yo, all this art is worth sharing. It's worth investing in. And trust me, millennials got the money. You know what I'm saying? Like, pay into something that they can relate to, you know? And you got one more thing you want to say before we end it up? Because I feel like
I don't even think like there's no such thing as gatekeepers anymore. Like, we don't have to beg nobody to put us in front of, our people no more. It's like, if you have the drive, the ambition, you can put yourself in front of your people. You know what I mean? We don't gotta ask anyone. Like, y'all don't have to ask nobody to do this podcast. You know what I'm saying? You had a vision. And
actually had to ask my wife if she was cool with it.
Well, that's the only person. That was the only person worth asking.
That was.
You dig what I'm saying? But like, we don't gotta ask nobody no more. Like it's an even playing field now. You just gotta want it enough and have enough people who support you to do it.
I feel that. Only person holding us back is the AI. We can overcome that.
Hey, I'm finna use it to my advantage too.
Hey, there we go. But
go.
Before we end it out, man, is it cool if we could just hold you hostage just a little bit longer so you could just do one more song for us? Because, we just had some really good conversation. Y'all enjoyed the conversation? Okay. I did.
For sure.
Is it cool if you just end us out on some good music, bro? Is that cool?
I got you. I got something new for you, bro.
All right, cool. Go ahead, sweep us off our feet. All right, well, with that being said, we gonna get to the song. Man, that was a good conversation, man. Y'all was killing it.
Definitely sophisticated raps. It's my brother, man.
No, for real. That was really a sophisticated conversation. But of course, like always, we can't just end it out on a conversation. We gotta end it with some music. Y'all cool if we do some music? Yeah. Bro, you cool if you just do one more song?
For sure, I got you.
All right, cool. John Arthur, the floor is yours.
Let's get it, bro.
Yo, hey, let's do something new. Every now and then you gotta remind people who you are, cause they like to forget and shit. But really, it ain't even for them; it's for you. You gotta remember who you are. Check. I put the pen to the pad with a little pizzazz, swag, class, and definitive math. Hope you niggas can add. I've been in my bag from rags to riches to richer than that. From swimming and women if given a chance to picking and choosing and being the catch. One of the all-time greats. Do what y'all guys can't. If it all falls down, will you still have faith? Or will y'all guys faint? I'm good up in the bank. On the road to the riches, ain't no nigga ever put no fucking sugar in my tank. I could talk like that, bet y'all guys can't. I can walk like that, bet y'all guys can't. Anyway, let me stand on this business I built for myself. I made a meal for myself. First you gotta get it yourself, then they gon' offer you help. That's why I extra charge, cause you niggas ain't respect the God and my sophisticated lexicon. On a whole nother echelon, get on the beat and treat it like we at a restaurant. Just for fun, just for kicks, just for excellence. The exception is he is I and I am him. It ain't a Iron team, but there's an iron win and I will win. Nothing to prove, everything to gain, nothing to lose. That's how I felt when I came in the room. Now I walk out with the game in the broom. Clean sweep, clean sweep. Big, clean sweep. Check. Nothing to prove, everything to gain, nothing to lose. That's how I felt when I came in the room. Now I walk out with the game in the broom. Clean sweep. Check it out like clean sweep. Check it out like this. I put it in motion. What good is an ocean? With no boat and you don't swim. The guards was coasting. Now the bodies is floating out in the open. My spirit is potent. You should be woken. They must be up in your dosage. Come a look closer. Let me take a look to see if you focus. Don't let them steal you from your mission. Stay your course and get these haters to business. Just saw the movie Detroit. It made me wanna blow like a piston. No pun intended. Listen, we just wanted to be all stars. Nothing to prove. So if it go down, at least you can say it won't fall far. Straight from the bottom. Greatness was conjured. Take that shit in and just ponder. Let it sink in, see I'm just a man, the saints just a sinner who conquered. Word to my father, wait to get straight and come back and get back like it's your alma mater. Not selling out so you don't even bother. Fuck taking half with a whole enchilada. Niggas is tripping, all this fishing got me feeling suspicious. Let them in to do the dishes, go take a seat in the living room to some food out your kitchen. Yeah, and we just wanted to be all stars, but they ain't wanna see us ball hard. That's what turned me to a ball hog. Look, nothing to prove, everything to gain, nothing to lose. That's how I felt when I came in the room. Now I walk out with the game in the broom. Clean sweep. Clean sweep. Yeah, nothing to prove, everything to gain, nothing to lose. That's how I felt when I came in the room. Now I walk out with the game in the broom. Clean sweep. Clean sweep. That's that vibe right there, y'all. Clean sweep. Clean sweep.
Let's give a little more keys. I like the way them keys feel. Yeah. Let's play some keys. Let's play some keys. Yeah, that sound good. That sound beautiful. Man, this boy, make some noise again for John Arthur, y'all. Man, I really do appreciate it. I do appreciate y'all for coming out. You know, that's music for thought. My boy killed it, of course. I couldn't ask for a better person for number 7, a lucky 7, right? Yeah. 7, number of completion. I do feel complete tonight. Hey, hold on now, because I'll pass that hat around. I'll pass it around now.
Get it around.
Hey. No, okay. Let me stop playing. But for real, thank y'all so much for coming out. Y'all make some noise again for yourselves for coming through in the room.
Beautiful people.
And y'all make some noise out there for yourselves for tuning in. We really do appreciate that. That's really it. I don't got nothing to say. Josh, you got something you want to say to the people?
Man, it's been a blessed day. So you said it's number of completion, 7?
Yeah.
We're going to keep it going, y'all. Please tune in, tap in, subscribe to Music for Thought. We're going to keep it going for sure.
Absolutely. Peace.